The first Geely car was a fake Mercedes-Benz E-Class based on a real Audi 100. It always been Lee's dream to build a Chinese Benz. Geely's first car was in fact a Mercedes-Benz lookalike. Geely's first car was born in 1996. You can see the car at the Geely factory wearing celebratory red ribbons. The license plate reads J0011. The first character is J, short for Zhejiang province, where Geely is based. The last character is Shi, meaning test, as in test car prototype. The car existed because Li Shufu wanted to prove a point. In an interview with China's television, Li Shufu explains that in the early 90s he felt frustrated about China not having a homegrown luxury car maker like Cadillac or Mercedes-Benz. He says he wanted to show that a Chinese company, his company, was able to produce a similar car, and so he chose to build a Chinese Benz. The car became named the Geely number 01. To get there it wasn't easy. At that time Geely didn't make cars yet, so the Mr. Shufu needed a good plan. He wanted his Chinese Benz to look like the contemporary Mercedes-Benz E-Class W210 that was made from 1995 until 2002. Happily, there was a Chinese car maker that made a car that was somewhat similar in size. It was called Hongqi, China's most famous car maker owned by First Auto Works (FAW). Hongqi too wanted to make a luxury car to compete with Mercedes, but at the time they only made an ancient parade car and a series of cars based on the C3 Audi 100. These Audis were made in China by a joint venture between FAW and Volkswagen. Under the agreement, FAW had the right to use them to underpin sedans of their own Hongqi brand. Basically, FAW didn't do more than change the grille and the emblems. Production of the C3 ended in 1999, but production of the Hongqi variant continued until 2005. It was a Hongqi car that Li Shufu chose to base his Chinese Benz on. So there you have it. The first Geely was a Mercedes-Benz lookalike based on a Hongqi that was basically an Audi. Li Shufu was not ashamed of that. In the Chinese television interview, he admits that the Geely number 1 was a mix between a Benz and a Hongqi. So Geely simply purchased a Hongqi and shipped it to their factory. They completely stripped down the body to the front and rear subframes, and then they created the new body. Some parts were made of fiberglass, others from steel. The interior, including the seats, was taken over from the Hongqi. In the same interview, Li Shufu recalls how hard he worked to get the car ready, sleeping only 2 hours at night for many weeks. Happily, everything came together just fine. The biggest difference between Geely number 1 and Mercedes is the wheelbase. The Mercedes is 14.5 centimeters longer. We don't know the exact size of the Geely number 1, but we think it was very similar to the original Hongqi. Sadly, we also don't know the engine power the Geely number 01. The Hongqi was available with various engines, some from Audi Volkswagen, some from Nissan, and also from Chrysler. Badly, things ended up rather bad for the Geely number 1. It was never intended for mass production, so it remained a single prototype. It was stored in a factory where it slowly died away. It was an example of how hard a dream can be, and that if you put the biggest effort you can realize it.